Now, one of the things that's really useful to do as part of not just your due diligence phase, but also something that's going to enable you with any sort of financing in the future, particularly if you're buying a house for a discount, refurbishing the property and then looking to refinance at a later date, is something called an automated valuation report. Now, there is a complete array of places in which you can go get these automated valuations. You can get full reports from companies like TrueVals or HomeTrack, but you can also get some instant valuations, or at least a very good idea, from other companies such as Valpal or Mouseprice or Zoopla. A lot of those will give you a bit of an idea. Now, unfortunately, a lot of automated valuation tools tend to be very inaccurate. There are a couple out there that do stand out as being the more accurate of the lot. So obviously the most accurate being TrueVal, which is one of the companies that we've put together. The second most accurate we found is currently HomeTrack, which is also owned by Zoopla, interestingly enough, but bought up by Zoopla Group just a few years ago. Now, these two will typically give you a report, and this is a useful report for you to hold on to for the future. Within the report, they're going to give you a few bits of information, very, very useful bits of information. So firstly, what is the property worth in a good condition, in a standard condition? Now, if you're buying the house for a discount because it's a little bit run down, one, this will give you confidence in terms of what the house is actually worth in good condition. But two, this will also give you some information that you can utilize later for refinancing the house at the higher value. Okay, that'll come under, if you take a look at the first section, we went through the BRR, or buy, refurbish, refinance model. That's where we covered that at length. So that's the first thing it'll give you, is it'll give you a value of the property. It'll also give you an estimated rental value, so what you should be expecting in terms of rent. Some of the other information it'll give you is things like, plot size, square footage of the building, other local comparables, so sale comparables or rental comparables, to give you some credence and comfort in terms of how it got to the valuation. It'll also give you a confidence rating in terms of how confident it is within the valuations actually given you. Now, this confidence rating is very useful because it does tell you how much you should rely upon the information that you've been delivered from this report in itself. It does really give you some assistance with that. So this is some of the really useful core information that it will give you so that you can utilize this information later. Not just for your records, not just for your own due diligence and checking to make sure that the values are aligned with what you actually believe it to be, but finally and most importantly, if you're buying for a discount, something that you could rely upon later within what we call a revaluation report, which we'll cover a little bit in one of the later videos, which is a way in which you can enable yourself to be much more likely to get a better valuation for the house on time of refinance later down the line. So this is a really important report to get. Now, unfortunately, they're not all free. So you've got some of the free instant report stuff where you can look at some comparables, which are useful. But realistically, if you want to get a good value service, sometimes money is what you pay, value is what you get. And it's useful to get these reports actually out there in writing and stored within the given folder that you've selected for the property.